Hello, everyone, and welcome to Family Weekend 2.0. Very excited tonight to welcome you to our family trivia night. My name is Nikki Jenkins. I'm the Senior Program Specialist for the Parent and Family Association. And with me tonight, I have some friends from Visit Lex who are here to talk a little bit about the city of Lexington. So if you are new to Lexington, this is going to be a great opportunity for you to learn a little bit about all the things that we have in the area. Or if you have been in Lexington for a while, maybe it's time for you to learn something new and experience something that you haven't seen or heard of yet. So we hope that that you'll have a good time tonight with trivia. If you haven't been watching some of our other events this evening, we hope that you will watch them on our YouTube channel. You can access those on the Family Weekend website, which is www.uky.edu/family weekends. And we will have events throughout the weekend and hope that you'll join us. But I will go ahead and pass it on to our friends over at Visit Lex, and take it away, Stephen and Logan.
Hi guys, thank you, Nikki, so much for that lovely introduction. My name is Logan Sparks. I work at the University of Kentucky in the Office of Undergraduate Admissions. So for who are joining today, some of you might be first time, parents of freshmen or parents of sophomores, juniors, seniors, or maybe even students who have been admitted and haven't started at UK yet. At some point, your student's name probably came across my desk or the desk of one of my colleagues. I work with high school students who are just starting their journey at UK into sort of their first year. And I've got my great friend here today with me. I'll let Stephen introduce himself here in just a second, but there's a great partnership between the University of Kentucky and Visit Lex, as Nikki mentioned. So we're excited that we get to share a place that we love so much with all of you. Like she said, some of you may be from Kentucky or from Lexington and know a lot about us, but if not, we're excited to share some new information with y'all. So, Stephen.
Good evening, everybody. And as Logan said, my name is Stephen Barnett. And I'm originally from Woodford County, but I've been back in Lexington since the early 2000s. So almost 2 years I've been back here in Lexington, and I now work as a destination for Visit Lex. And actually, I work to help bring conferences and meetings and events in several different markets to town. So we're thrilled that you're here. You can see we are here in our Lexington Visitor Center. So if you've never visited us before, that you will certainly do so very soon. We're in the Square, which is right downtown on Main Street, next to the Fifth Third Pavilion and Tandy Park. So it's just a great place to come in and get all the information you need. We have lots of fun things that you can purchase as well about Lexington. So we're going to go ahead and get things started. We see that people are joining. If you haven't played Kahoot before, it's very simple. All you need is your cell phone or a computer or a tablet device. And you can see all you have to do is go to kahoot.it. And some of you have already made your way there. Once you get to that, kahoot.it, you'll enter in the game PIN. And then you'll enter in your name, which we'll certainly want to know because tonight you are playing for some great prizes. So while people are joining in, let me tell you exactly what you are playing for. As you know, with the pandemic and everything, one of the industries has been our hospitality and our tourism industry, but we've got some very resilient people and we've got visitors coming back into town. And our hotels, we have wonderful hotels throughout the city. We love our families from the University of Kentucky because they see you at orientation, move in, move out, graduation. So they'd love for you to come visit. We've actually had 5 hotels who are providing overnight stays to our winners for trivia tonight. So we're going to actually award out our top 5 winners. One of those hotels is the Campbell House, which is on South Broadway. It's a curio collection from Hilton. They actually just recently renovated the rooms. The meeting space is gorgeous. The Rack House Tavern restaurant is fantastic, very close to campus, and a great place to stay. And then 4 of our hotels are downtown here in Lexington. 21C is a museum hotel. They're providing an overnight stay. So you can stay there. You can go to the museums, you can eat at the restaurant. They're also home to the Harmon Room, which we will discuss a little bit as a part of our trivia here in just a few minutes, but just a cool place. The newest place downtown is City Center. And when we say City Center, it's City Center. Like it sits between Main, Vine, Upper, and Limestone. And there's a Marriott and a Residence Inn there now. They're providing an overnight stay. It's just a gorgeous place. We're so thrilled that they're in downtown Lexington as well. Lexington Downtown is our 4th hotel that's providing an overnight stay. They also just recently renovated. The rooms are awesome. The lobby is looks fantastic. They've expanded Big Blue Martini. Just a great place to stay downtown. And finally, near all the UK action, next door to Rupp Arena is our Hyatt Regency. So they're next door to Rupp Arena, and our newly expanded Central Bank Center is opening and actually has their first big event this weekend, the Home and Garden Show in the new 100,000 square foot exhibit hall. So just a lot happening downtown. The Sweet 16, Girls Sweet 16 is happening right now. The place was just buzzing yesterday. So anyway, we're very appreciative to the Hyatt, the Hilton, 21C, City Center, and the Campbell House for donating those 5 prizes. And then our top winner, not only will they get the overnight stay, but they're going to get this Visit Lex pack here with a hat and socks and apron, and of course our Blue Horse and VIP pass through town and those kind of things. So just the last few seconds here for anybody else that wants to join in, and we'll get started. We're going to ask you the questions, tell you some information about the answer. And then, like I said, at the end, our top 5 winners are going to go home with an overnight stay and the prize back to our top winner.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's wait a few more minutes.
Give it just a few more seconds here to see if there's anybody else that wants to hop into the game here. Here comes Slick. In there. And our questions, let me just say before we get started too, you probably won't know the answer to these questions. Some of them are difficult. You're not expected to know them. So just make your best guess and answer as quickly as you can to get the most points when we ask those questions.
Yeah, the quicker that you respond and get the answer correct, of course, the more points you get. So keep that in mind. We'll have a status check after every question. So, all right.
All right, I think we're ready to get started. Here we go.
Here we go. All righty, I'm going to be reading the questions, and then Stephen will tell you a little bit about the answers. All right, here we go, folks.
Starting at the beginning.
In what year did Lexington become a city? 1775, 1792, 1820, or 1865?
And what you see on your phone, you should have the squares, the red triangle, the blue square, the yellow circle. You just select your answer and hit enter. All right, somebody got it correct. 1775 is when Lexington became a city. We put 1792 on there because that's actually when Kentucky became a state. So Lexington was a city before Kentucky actually became a state. And then Logan can share with us what 1865 represents.
The University of Kentucky was started in 1865. So, all right, we're going to move on to the next question. Again, guys, keep in mind that this is all fun and games here. So if you don't know the answer, just pick something. That way we can see sort of what everybody's thinking. But some of the questions have a little bit longer time that you can respond. So there should be a clock on the left-hand side of your screen. It kind of shows you the time left. So keep that in mind. All right.
All right. And Jack is in the lead. As we head to our next question.
Which of these phrases is not one that's been used as a nickname for Lexington? Athens of the West, Blue Town, horse capital of the world, or city in a park?
Okay, 2 of you got it right. It's a blue town. Now, let's be honest, we are a blue town. It's the University of Kentucky, but that's never really been an official name. A lot of people know we are the horse capital of the world. We've got some questions that revolve around that here in just a few minutes. But a city and a park is part of that as well, because if you've been to Lexington, you know we have this, this great city downtown. It's a bustling place, but you can be within a matter of minutes out in some of the most beautiful land that you've ever been in the world. So some people refer to us as a city in the middle of a park. And then Athens of the West is a name that we got because when Lexington started becoming a city in 1775, it quickly became an educational, a cultural, and artistic center. And so people really considered Lexington like an Athens of the West because of all of its culture and great things happening.
That's right. All right, we'll move on to the next question.
Ooh,
Jack's
Jack's out to a lead, and Kathy
still
has made it to the board.
In the lead. All right. Lexington's iconic blue horse is inspired by which real horse? Secretariat, Man of War, Citation, or Lexington? I'm gonna embarrass myself with my dance moves.
All right, two of you got it right. It is actually a horse named Lexington. Now, this isn't Lexington behind us, but Lexington is a horse that was a real horse, not as famously known as Secretariat or Citation or Man of War or Seabiscuit, other horses, but was actually a leading sire in the country for 14 years in a row, including 2 years after he passed away. So that's where we get our blue horse. Of course, we say he's blue because he ate a little too much bluegrass. But there is actually the blue horse that you see is named after the horse Lexington.
Now, Stephen, can you tell us, for maybe folks who aren't native Kentuckians, can you tell us who Secretariat, Citation, and Man of War are? Like, what's their claim to fame?
Well, they were all very competitive horses. Not all of them won the Triple Crown. Man of War did not. The Secretariat and Citation won Triple Crown races.
Yep.
And you'll see streets named after those horses as well.
Exactly. A lot of horse references going on around this town. All right, we've got some movement.
Yeah, Jack's still in the lead. John's moved into second. Kathy's in third place.
All righty. The population of Lexington falls in which range? 100,000 to 200,000, 200,000 to 300,000, 300,000 to 400,000, or finally 400,000 to 500,000.
Three of you got that one. So the city of Lexington itself has about 320,000 people is our population. Of course, if you bring in our metropolitan area, which includes our surrounding counties like Woodford and Franklin and Scott, and Madison and Clark and others, Jessamine, goes over to 500,000. But 320,000 here in Lexington, which actually of the 14 SEC schools, we are number 2, just behind Nashville, which is home to Vanderbilt University, and third is Baton Rouge, and then fourth is Knoxville. So we're actually on the larger side of the cities in terms of our SEC colleagues. Okay, no changes up there. Jack, John, and Kathy are still in the lead.
True or false? The mean average annual temperature in Lexington is 54.9 degrees.
Warmer than that today.
Definitely.
All right, over half of you got it correct. That is the actual mean annual temperature for Lexington. And Logan loves to tell the students about our 4 seasons because we have them.
We have, we experience all 4 seasons to the fullest. So when it is hot in the summer, it is hot. And when it's cold in the winter, it's really cold. I would say our coldest months are typically January, February, and early March even. We had a pretty decent sized snowstorm this year. So depending on when you're coming to visit, keep in mind that you might need a legitimate winter coat. Yeah. People think we're a lot more Southern, I think, than we really are. So it kind of affects people's perceptions of our temperature. But again, depending on when you're visiting, make sure you have the proper attire.
Some more people up on the board. Jack continues to lead, John in second, Kathy in third, and Natalie in Pittsburgh have now entered our top 5.
What is the name of the current mayor of Lexington? Pam Miller, Teresa Isaac, Linda Gorton, or Mary Quinn Raymer?
Oh, wow, great job. 4 of you got that correct.
Really
Linda Gorton is the current mayor of Lexington. She's actually a graduate of the University of Kentucky from the College of Nursing at UK. And she is the third woman to be mayor of Lexington. Pam Miller was mayor, Teresa Isaac was mayor, and Linda Gordon is now our mayor. And actually on our city council, 7 of our 15 city council members are women, and several of them work at the University of Kentucky as faculty and staff members. And a very unique thing about politics in Lexington, our mayor and city council races are nonpartisan races. So in our primary elections, the top 2 vote getters move on to the general election. So we don't see any type of political party affiliation on those elections.
Exactly.
It's a unique little thing that they did when they merged the governments.
Lots of girl power with our city council.
Ooh, there's some movement there. Jack, John, and Kathy are still in first, second, third. BBN has moved into 4th, and Kim Stryker has moved into 5th place.
Lexington is home to 38 religious denominations and how many total places of worship? 130, 230, 330, or 430?
That one moved fast. but
Very
great job.
fast.
5 of you, I think, have studied up.
Yeah.
230 different places of worship in Lexington, which is very reflective of the diversity of our community, which we're just thrilled about, and is also reflected in our campus communities with organizations and campus communities that are there as well. So yeah, 230 different places to worship in the city. Ooh, some more movement again. Jack in the lead, John in 2nd, Josie's in 3rd, Natalie in 4th, and Kathy is in 3rd place. All right, this one's a puzzle, so you've got to move. You'll scroll the 4 things up into the proper place. This one's a little difficult.
These are 4 largest employers in Lexington. Put them in order. So UK, Lexington Fayette County Urban Government, Fayette County Public Schools, or Amazon.
Got a little extra time, but yeah, if you're looking at your phone, you just move the squares up in the order that you believe, and then you hit the K to submit your answer. This may take a second.
Yeah.
Got 10 seconds to answer if you're still working on them. Okay, we had some that got it right. That's great. So the University of Kentucky is the largest employer in Fayette County. Of course, if you think about not just the main campus, but the medical campus as well, the university really is such a driving force in our community with the number of people that they employ. Fayette County Public Schools falls to number 2 on the list. Then we have the Lexington Fayette Urban County Government, and then Amazon is the largest private company, and they just announced that they're doing some expansion as well. But we do have a lot of other national and international headquarters that are based here. Toyota, for example, is up just the road in Georgetown.
Toyota, Tempur Sealy is the company that makes the Tempur-Pedic mattresses, which we actually have in our residence halls. So pretty fancy.
Yeah. Valvoline is based here. Lexmark Printers. If anybody's been to a Fazoli's Fast Italian, it's based right here in Lexington.
Yep.
It started here. So
Ooh, I could go for a breadstick right now.
I could too. We're gonna be hungry by the time we get done. Oh, Pittsburgh knew that one for sure. So Jack and John are in the lead. Pittsburgh, Josie, Natalie, also on the leaderboard.
All right. Lexington is home to the largest peanut butter producing facility in the world. Name that brand. There's Peter Pan, Skippy, Jif, and finally Planters.
Let me assure you, I live near it. You can smell the
Oh,
peanuts
yeah.
roasting.
Absolutely. I mean, for sure. I mean, when it rains, you can really smell it.
Great job. Five of you got that right. The Jif plant, which is owned by the Smuckers Company, is based here in Lexington. It's the largest peanut butter producing facility in the world. And we have a new leader atop the board. John has moved into first, Jack's in second, Natalie is third, BBN in fourth, and Pittsburgh in fifth place.
We've gotten into the food portion of the questions,
Yeah,
and
we
now I'm
have.
starving.
Yeah.
All righty. Which of these dishes is not considered a local Kentucky dish? Burgoo, beer cheese, or a hot brown? See, all that food, and I'm just hungry.
I think they know this. Answers are coming in fast on this one. Oh, actually, so the Reuben is not necessarily a local Kentucky dish, although you can find some really, really good ones around here. The three dishes, of course, the hot brown started in Louisville at the Brown Hotel, but now you can find the hot brown. It's just an open-faced sandwich. The original one just had turkey and like a Mornay sauce with cheese, bacon, tomatoes over that.
A heart
toast.
attack on a plate.
You can find variations. Ramsey's in town has a veggie one that's really delicious. So I love a hot brown. It's probably my favorite. Tomorrow when I go to Keelan, I'm gonna have burgoo. Burgoo is like a stew with different meats and vegetables. Now, years and years ago, it was made with weird things. If you read our wonderful weird facts about Lexington, it'll tell
Like
you,
squirrel.
like squirrel and blackbirds, it says, and things. So, but that's not what it is
Not
today.
anymore.
It's delicious. And then there's your favorite, which is beer cheese.
My favorite. I love beer cheese. It's my friends joke that that's the only thing I know how to make because I bring beer cheese and pretzels and crackers to every party I go to.
And there's a beer cheese festival over in Winchester
Yes.
every year over in Clark County too.
It is tasty, man.
All right. John and Jack have stayed in first and second, BBN into third, Natalie and Pittsburgh in fourth and fifth.
Okay, now this next question is a little bit hard to ask because if I say it out loud, it's going to give away the answer. So just bear with me. All right, true or false? In the bluegrass, we have our own way of pronouncing names like
You see on the screen.
you see on the screen. True or false? Yep, they know this one.
Yeah. Oh, seven of you do. So we do. So I'm from Woodford County and grew up in Versailles, not Versailles. Even though that's how Waze will pronounce it, or it is your driving direction GPS apps that you may be using. And instead of Athens, which we said earlier, we actually say Athens. You may end up on Athens Boonesboro Road. So we do have some unique way of saying some things.
And while it's not a mispronunciation, Paris, Kentucky isn't too far from us. So we got a lot of stuff going on that we don't say correctly or we say it kind of weird. So, all right.
The others are saying it incorrect.
Well, that's exactly right.
Oh, John's on a hot streak. He's 3 in a row. Jack is in second. BBN's in third. Josie in fourth. And Natalie is in fifth place. And we got another true or false.
All right. The road that goes around the city and was also mentioned in the recent Netflix hit, The Queen's Gambit, is named New Circle Road. True or false? A lot of the high school students that I talked to have watched this. So.
So that's actually true. So if you've watched the show, The Queen's Gambit, it is set in Lexington, Kentucky. Now, wasn't shot in Lexington, but it's based here because the person who wrote the book, he grew up in Lexington and went to the University of Kentucky and was a faculty member there for a while. So that's why there are a lot of references. So, and the road that he mentions is New Circle Road. And I mentioned earlier 21C, The Queen's Gambit, because they actually have what's known as the Harmon Suite. And you can rent it out. They've taken one of their rooms and they've made it into the Queen's Gambit style. Everything from like just the decor of it.
Well, you saw it in the video.
Yeah, you see the video. And like you saw like the chess pieces on the top of it. So it's very cool. And then it also references the New Circle Road. If you haven't been to town, our road system is kind of like a spider's web. Like,
or a wheel.
Yeah, it's a wheel and it's New Circle Road with all the roads that go around it. And the other thing we always tell students, don't get confused about some of the roads in our town because you will find that there's one road that has multiple names. So If you came in from I-75, for example, you may come in Richmond Road, which becomes Main Street, which turns into Leestown Road. So just don't let that get you confused.
Yeah, I'm from a really small town in Western Kentucky, and that really rocked my world when I came to UK the first time.
All right, let's check that leaderboard. We've got John and Jack and BBN, Josie and Natalie still atop the board.
Still at the top. All right, this one is another puzzle. So you're going to put these in order. Put Lexington's 4 sister cities in order from first to last in which they were twinned. So like put together.
Twinning is the term used by the Sister Cities International Organization.
Yes.
So when 2 cities decide they're going to form a partnership, they say that they've twinned.
Yep. So Newmarket, England, County Kildare, Ireland, I can never pronounce it. Shinadaka, Japan, and Deauville, France.
A little extra time on this. Think about these. All right, got 10 seconds left.
Sweet horses. He's friendly. Oh.
All right, let's see if anybody got it. Oh, that's a tough one. So Deauville, France was the first sister city that Lexington had back in the 1950s. 1957 is when they twinned. Now, what's unique about Lexington's 4 sister cities, most cities, when they have sister cities, are all kind of based on their population size or, you know, the geography of the region, whatever it may be. Lexington's very unique because the 4 cities that you see are all kind of the horse capitals of their countries as well. So Deauville has 2 race courses there. They hosted the World Equestrian Games 4 years after we hosted it here in Lexington. County Kildare was in 1984, and County Kildare has the Irish Derby. They actually also have a golf course that hosted the Ryder Cup back in 2006, just a gorgeous place. Shinadaka, Japan was originally Shizunai, but Shizunai and a few other cities merged into one city. So then the name went from Shizunai into Shinadaka. It is also has the largest sales pavilion on the northern island of Hokkaido. And then Newmarket, England is the most recent in 2003. And it's actually, there's a couple of race courses there. It's actually where the Queen of England keeps her horses and things. So those are our 4 sister cities in Lexington.
There's also a really delicious restaurant here in town called La Deville. It's a French restaurant. It's pretty close to downtown. So it's another, I've got food on the brain. All right.
All right. Everything stayed the same. We'll move on to the next question.
All right. Which of these facts is not true about the Kentucky Horse Park? It's 30 equine associations. You can see 2 Kentucky Derby winners there. You can go on horseback, trail, and pony rides. And it opened in 2000.
One of those is not correct.
One of those is not correct. Exactly.
All right, 5 of you got that correct. So the Kentucky Horse Park did actually open in 1978, which was also the first year that it hosted the 3-day event, which is an event, if you haven't had a chance to experience that, it's the last weekend of April and it's just phenomenal. This year they're doing it without patrons out there, so they're going to do the competition, but when you can, you have to experience it. It's so cool. But it is home to 30 different national and international equine associations. Of course, you can go out and experience horseback trails and pony rides and things like that. And there are 2 Derby winners there. Gopher Gin won the 1994 Derby and Funnyside won the 2003 Derby. And they're both in the Hall of Champions with other great horses.
Yeah, and even if you aren't planning to like do a trail ride or something, you can see a lot of the horses in their stalls. So you'll still see some ponies out there.
All right, a little movement there. John's in the lead, BB in second, Jack and Josie in there.
All right, how many horse farms are in Lexington and the surrounding area? 150, 250, 350, or 450? This is just always amazes me, the number. Always.
Yeah. And it'll
any one of these.
The horse capital of the world.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, we actually have over 450 horse farms in Lexington and the surrounding community. So that is the reason they call us the horse capital of the world. Now, be aware, it's not just thoroughbred horse races. There's standardbreds and working horses and everything that you will see at those different horse farms. What's really cool is that you can actually visit so many of them. And just a few years ago, several of those horse farms came together and created what's called Visit Horse Country. If you haven't been to visithorseCountry.com, you have to go. You can see all the different farms that you can tour when you're visiting, whether it's Spy Coast, whether it's going out to Keeneland to see the morning works, if it's seeing American Pharoah and Justify out at Ashford Stud, Lane's End Farm, Claiborne Farm. There's so many options to go out, experience.
My personal favorite that's on horse country is Old Friends.
And Old Friends, which you saw some video, was Silver Charm.
Yeah, so Old Friends is where retired racehorses go to live out the rest of their lives, and you can feed them, and there's a lot of interaction. I took my parents one time, and my dad had quite the interaction with one of the horses that played Secretariat in the movie. So a lot of the movie star horses are out there as well, and it's super fun.
All right, 2 of you got it correct. Our leaderboard stays the same. John, BBN, Jack, Josie, and Natalie.
All right. Keeneland Racecourse conducts racing in which months? March and September, April and October, May and November, or June and December?
Six of you got that one, folks. We are in racing season in Lexington, Kentucky. So April and October are the months for Keeneland. So we are racing right now. Today was, as a matter of fact, College Scholarship Day. They do a College Scholarship Day typically in every meet. I was watching on Twitter, they were awarding out the different scholarships. They gave over $35,000 in scholarships today. But April and October, and if you've ever thought about this, there's different racetracks. There's Churchill's, there's Keeneland, there's Kentucky Downs, there's Turfway. So the state has a commission that actually awards those out so that they don't overlap to racing. So when we finish up racing later this month, you know who picks up is Churchill Downs, which leads to the first Saturday in May for the Kentucky Derby.
Kentucky Derby, that's right. Most exciting 2 minutes in sports.
All right, John, BBN, Jack, Natalie, and Josie still atop the leaderboard.
All right, this is another puzzle where you have to put them in order. So you're going to put these 4 shopping areas in order from when they were opened, from the oldest to the newest. So the first is Fayette Mall, Lexington Green, the Summit, or Hamburg Pavilion. If your kids are like I used to make my mom take me to these various places to go shopping.
A little extra time, 30 seconds left to answer this one. If you love to shop, you've got a lot of great options.
Well, and also I'm from a really small town where there are no options. So this was always a treat for us, you know, any old place will do.
10 seconds left. All right, let's see if anybody was able to get it. Oh, somebody was able to get it. All right. So Fayette Mall is the oldest. It's been around since the 70s. Fayette Mall is kind of your standard mall. It has the Macy's and a Dillard's and a Dick's Sporting Goods. They've actually expanded it out. There's movie theaters and restaurants, and there's a hotel going up out there as well. So it's certainly expanding. Lexington Green is home to Joseph F. Booksellers, which has been there for quite some time, but some great dinners and a great hotel also connected. The Embassy Suites is out there, Lexington Green. Hamburg Pavilion's been around since the late 90s. Which is out towards the interstate where 75 and 64 are merged. That's where you'll find Target and Walmart and Myers and all other different shops and places to get services, movie theater, all the things. And then finally, and most recently, is the Summit. If you go down Nicholasville Road, you'll pass Lexington Green and Fayette Mall, and then the Summit. But that's where Shake Shack is located. There's a Whole Foods.
It's an outdoor mall.
Yeah,
so,
it's an outdoor mall. It has a lot of great restaurants and some really unique shops there. So fantastic job to whoever got that one right.
Yeah,
that
that's
was
impressive.
not an easy question. All right, looks like our leaderboard stays the same. We're getting down to our last few questions here.
Which of these is not considered a popular trail or tour to explore in the Lexington area? The Bourbon Trail, Downtown Ghost Tours, Cable Car Tours, or the Donut Trail? Again, here we go with food. Now I want a donut.
Bluegrass bliss in the safe, wide open spaces of scenic central Kentucky. Your slightly better home away from home.
Oh, wow. Most have got that. So we don't have cable cars in town, although we do. Our LexTran public transportation does have trolleys. So every once in a while, you'll see the trolleys out and about. Sometimes they use them to go to Keeneland and back from downtown out to Keeneland. But we do have the Bourbon Trail. Kentucky, of course, is known for its bourbon industry. And seeing the art and the science of making bourbon is something, if you haven't done that, you can do it all the way from downtown here with Pepper Distillery, all the way out to Woodford Reserve and Buffalo Trace and Wild Turkey and Maker's Mark. There's so much that you can do out on the Bourbon Trail. And then we do have Downtown Ghost Tours, which are really unique and fun.
We both did those this fall because it was an easy outdoor activity that we could do with COVID guidelines. So I think we went on different times, but it's a blast. It's so fun.
And then I'll let you talk about your favorite.
Oh, my favorite are the donuts. So the Donut Trail, there are a couple of different like donut staples here in town. There's McGee's Bakery, there's North Lime Donuts, Spalding's Donuts. So tons of options. They kind of range from like your classic standard glazed donut. That's more along the Spalding and McGee's sort of end. And then North Lime Donuts, they're all the like crazy donuts. So like candied bacon on a donut, or I mean, they have so many different flavors, but they're all delicious.
Yeah. And the New York Times actually did an article about Kentucky's and our donut trail around the Bluegrass.
And the great thing about all of these things, guys, is if you come and visit the visitor center, they actually have all of the brochures and things that you can use to sort of take part in all of these different trails. So this is really just the start. I mean, we have a mural trail.
One coming up on our next question.
Another one. Oh yeah. Oh, I better not give it away. That's his cue to tell me not to give it away.
A little change on the board. Natalie and Jack have switched places, but our 5 top point getters are there. And here's the next one.
How many brands are currently on the Bluegrass Trail? 1, 11, 21, or 31?
Ooh, only one got it. So we actually now have 21 brands, and we're saying brands instead of brews right now because not only do we have craft beers that are being made at breweries around Lexington and the region, but we also have places that are making cider. And we have Kentucky's, which is going to be opening very soon, Kentucky's first brewery that's making sake in Lexington. So you can find at any of the places you can get your little passport. And when you go to the places, you can bring it back to our visitor center or mail it in to us. And then you get a hat or a t-shirt, things like that for completing those. So we got 21 brands, 27 different locations because some of them have more than one location.
Yep. And a lot of them have food attached to them too. So either their own restaurant or another restaurant that's kind of taken up residence in their space too. A lot of really great places to eat.
All right. A little change up there. Josie got it correct. We're down to our last couple of questions here.
Which of these awesome outdoor activity locations is not located in Fayette County? So in Lexington, there's the Red River Gorge, Raven Run Nature Sanctuary, Legacy Trail, or McConnell Springs.
Okay, 6 of you got that one correct. The Red River Gorge is not in Lexington or in Fayette County, but it's not far from here. It's a 30, 45-minute drive. So if you want to go zip lining, rock climbing, hiking, it is just
and honestly, people come from all over the world to hike at Red River Gorge because it's I'm not a professional hiker or climber, but people say that it is some of the best climbing in the world. So sometimes when you go to visit, you'll hear a lot of different accents or languages because people have come from all over. So
travel there. Now, the other three are in Fayette County. Raven Run Nature Sanctuary is close to the river in the southern part of the county. McConnell Springs is actually downtown with a very unique location. McConnell Springs is kind of where Lexington actually started. There's kind of a corporate area, but then there are these gorgeous springs that you can go and explore. And the Legacy Trail was part of the 2010 World Equestrian Games. As a part of that, to create a legacy from the games, they've actually created a trail that goes from downtown Lexington, the Isaac Murphy Art Garden downtown, that goes all the way out to the Kentucky Horse Park. And they've recently done some renovations and some expansions of that. Downtowns is going to be part of like the town Branch Creek and things. So they've really expanded that and made it much easier for people to navigate through town. So if you're a biker or runner, it's a perfect place.
yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful.
All right, let's see if those 6 changed our leaderboard. Jack and Natalie did a little switch, but John's still in the lead. BBN, Jack, Natalie, and Josie.
All right. We're getting down to the wire. Which statement most accurately describes Lexington's Parks and Recreation Department? Visiting a park requires a membership. Lexington only has 2 parks, Thoroughbred and Triangle. No art gardens or model airplane facilities are available in Lexington. Lexington has over 100 city parks, including 5 golf courses. So which one most accurately describes?
You got that right. We do have over 100 city parks in town and 5 golf courses. Of course, all of them are free to utilize unless you're playing golf at one of the locations around town. But we do have more than the 2 parks downtown. Although if you haven't been to Triangle Park or Thoroughbred Park has the life-size horses that appear as though they are finishing a race, and it's just unbelievable. And we do actually have the art garden, which I just mentioned in the previous question. And we have a facility for model airplanes, a landing strip for people who fly model airplanes. So there's something for everybody with our Parks and Rec department. Oh, and Pittsburgh has jumped back up onto the leaderboard. So John, BBN, Jack, Natalie, and Pittsburgh. 3 questions remaining.
Another puzzle.
Another puzzle for you. This one's a little tricky.
Put these downtown Lexington attractions in order from oldest to newest. The Distillery District, Lex Live, the Square, or the Kentucky Theater. This is one of my favorite questions because I love all these places.
Uh-oh, 10 seconds on this one. All right, nobody got it. This one is a tough one. So the Square is downtown. It's had many different variations to it. Was Victorian Square for a while, but it has actually been around since the 1800s as an area of commerce with shops and things down there. But now there are other shops and restaurants, and F Harvest has offices located there now. Tony's Steakhouse is there. Agave and Rye is coming in. So there's a lot happening.
Pies and Pints, which is my favorite pizza.
Yes, Pies and Pints is also there. So it's a cool place to visit. The Kentucky Theater is actually next year will be celebrating 100 years. It's just a gorgeous theater and a great way to go see a movie. It's been closed for a while during the pandemic, so we're excited for it to open back up. The Distillery District was actually the pepper distillery that I mentioned earlier. It was the site where that sat abandoned for a while. And in 2008, they purchased that and started to rebuild it. So now you can tour the pepper distillery, which is back. Goodfellas Pizza, Crank and Boom Ice Cream, Battle Axes. There's a coffee shop, all kinds of things to explore there.
Yep.
And then finally, that just opened a couple of weeks ago is Lex Live. It's downtown across from the Hyatt Regency and Rupp Arena, but it has bowling alleys, movie theaters, arcade area, huge TV screens, a restaurant. So it's just a great place and a great addition to downtown. We're excited it's here.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Lexington is I feel like every time I turn around, there's something new
different.
and different. So we're real culture. We got a lot going on over here.
All right, last 2 questions.
Which of these artists did not perform at Rupp Arena in 2019? Dierks Bentley, Elton John, Pink, or Paul McCartney? And really, this is just a sampling because so much comes to Rupp Arena. I've seen Taylor Swift there twice.
All right, 5 of you got that right. Elton John did not perform in 2019. He was scheduled to perform in 2020 and has now been rescheduled to be here in 2022. But that year, Dierks Bentley, Pink, Paul McCartney are just a sampling of the folks who were there at Rupp Arena. They actually just announced this week that Eric Church, the country artist and entertainer of the year, is getting ready to do a 55-city tour, and he's going to start that right here in Lexington, Kentucky at Rupp Arena in September. And the hope is it'll be our first kind of full capacity event.
Yep.
Okay, and then we got our final question. Now, before we do our final question, just a couple of housekeeping things so we don't get moving pretty quickly here. But our top 5 winners, here's what we need you to do. If you are one of the top 5 winner, because we won't be able to see your name, we see your name or your username. We need you to email parents@uky.edu. We're going to pull up a document that will show the 5 winners, so we make sure that we have that information. And Logan's going to put that in the chat if you could see it. But again, that's parents@uky.edu. So email them, let them know you're in the top 5. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to take these to the Cat's Den at the Student Center. So your student can pick them up if they're on campus, or if you happen to be around town, you can stop in at the Cat's Den to pick them up. Or you can talk with our Parent Family Association and they'll make sure to get the certificates to you or figure out when you're going to be in town. Again, that's parents@uky.edu if you're one of the top 5 winners. So we'll move on to our final question with Jack in the lead.
Here we go. Lexington has over 30 street murals. The one below is located on the back of what building?
And you can now see that that is Abraham Lincoln as one of our murals. 3 of you got that correct. It is actually on the back of the Kentucky Theater building, and he actually faces campus. So as you make your way from the University of Kentucky campus downtown, he's one of the first folks that you see is Abraham Lincoln on the back of that. So we do have over 30 murals, as Logan mentioned earlier here at the Visitor Center. We have actually a mural challenge, so it kind of lets you walk through and learn about Lexington while looking at those beautiful street murals. They continue to grow, and it's just a fun thing to see as a part of the city and a lot of the artistic work that's happening in Lexington.
And I always like to mention, Illinois claims Abraham Lincoln as their own, and he was obviously from Illinois, but a lot of folks don't know he was actually born here in Kentucky and met his wife, Miss Mary Todd Lincoln, who is actually from Lexington. And you can go and tour the home the Mary Todd Lincoln house where she and her family grew up. So in fact, her family was really integral in sort of the formation of Lexington way back when. So keep that in mind.
All right, well, here comes the leaderboard. So let's see who our 5 winners are, and then we're gonna hand things back off to Nikki. In 3rd place, BBN. In 2nd place is John, and our winner is, big reveal, is Jack. Congratulations to Jack. So Jack, we're gonna make sure you get this prize pack and an overnight stay. John, BBN, and then when we see our 4th and 5th place folks, you also will be getting one of those overnight stays at one of the 5 hotels. So we'll make sure that Nikki knows the name of those. But we're thrilled that you spent some time with us tonight. Let us teach you a little bit more about Lexington. Like I said earlier, stop in at the Visitor Center when you're in town. We love seeing the families from UK, as do our restaurants and our hotels and things. So thank you all for everything you do for our city. Come see us again soon. We look forward to having you back in town.
All right, well, thanks so much, everybody. We loved having you here today. Hope that you'll continue to join us for Family Weekend throughout the weekend. For a special treat, because we know there was a little bit of a delay in the trivia tonight onto YouTube. So some of you may have known the right answer, maybe didn't get your answer in on time. So if you played trivia tonight, go ahead and email the Parent and Family Association. Let us know. If you can email us in the next hour, you will get a prize, and we'll let you know what that prize is when you email us. And your student can come by the Cat's Den tomorrow, starting as early as 8 a.m. to pick up prizes. So that's just a little something for everybody who joins us tonight. So we're really thankful for all of you for your participation. And once again, I want to thank Stephen and Logan for putting all of this together, and for Visit Lex for being such a great partner with the University of Kentucky. And we love working with them. So when you're next in town, stop by the Visit Lex Visitor Center, get your swag, and learn some more about the city that we love. All right. Well, have a wonderful day or wonderful evening. Sleep tight, rest up. The fun starts again tomorrow morning, and we will see you then.